Vyasam tato jayam mudire.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So, the beauty of Lord Sri Krishna is being remembered by Uddhavji, that his beauty is unsurpassable. And indeed, how many of you memorize? Anyone who has not memorized that verse? Everyone has memorized? Oh, Pranav, yes, Prabhu. Word.
I not memorized, Prabhuji.
Why? Why you have not memorized? What is the difficulty? Amoha? वो वर्ष बोलो जन्मर्थ लीला
यन्मतलीला उपायकं सयोग माया बलं दर्शनात् गृहीतम् स्मापनं शिष्य च स्वभागृहीत मदेहा परम 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 भूषणाभूषणांगम.
Very good. Krishna, he infuses beauty even in his ornaments. Param padam bhushanam bhushanam. Okay. Go forward. Verse number 13. This talks about Maharaj Yudhishthir's Rajasuriya Yag, and in this Rajasuriya Yag, the Supreme Lord was present there. And everyone was admiring. They were completely captivated by the beauty of the Supreme Lord and said that he was the ultimate creation of Brahma. There was nothing comparable to the bodily features of Lord Krishna when he was present in this world. The most beautiful object in the material world may be compared to the blue lotus flower or the full moon in the sky. But even the lotus flower and the moon were defeated by the beauty of the bodily features of Lord Krishna. And this was certified by the demigods, the most beautiful living creatures in this universe. The demigods thought that Lord Krishna, like themselves, was also created by Lord Brahma, but in fact Brahma was created by Lord Krishna. It is not within the power of Brahma to create the transcendental beauty of Supreme Lord. No one is the creator of Krishna, rather he is the creator of everyone. As he says in Bhagavad Gita 10.8, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam prabhavo. 14th verse. Yasyanurag pluto hasarasa Tilavaloka pratilabdhamanaha Vrajastriyo drigabhir anupravritta Dhiyo avastutha kilakritya sheshaha. The damsels of Vraja, the Vraj Gopikas, after pastimes of laughter, humor, and exchange of glances, were anguished when Krishna left him. They used to follow him with their eyes, and thus they sat down with stunned intelligence and could not finish their household duties. So Krishna captivates everyone. Mostly he captivates the residents of Vrindavan. The purer we become, the purer the attraction for Krishna will be. And if we are not having attraction for Krishna, that means the existence is impure. In his boyhood in Vrindavan, Lord Krishna was notorious as a teasing friend in transcendental love to all the girls. His love for them was so intense that there was no comparison to that ecstasy. And the damsels of Braja were so much attached to him that their affection excelled that of their great demigods like Brahma and Shiva. Lord Krishna finally admitted his defeat before the transcendental affection of the gopis. We discussed this, and he declared that he was unable to repay them for their unalloyed affection. Na parayan. Yesterday we discussed that. Although the gopis were seemingly anguished by the Lord's teasing behavior, when Krishna would leave them, they could not tolerate the separation and used to follow him with their eyes and minds. They were so stunned by the situation that they could not finish their household duties. No one could excel even in the dealing of loving exchange between the boys and girls. It is said in the revealed scriptures that Lord Krishna personally never goes beyond the boundary of Vrindavan. He remains there eternally because of the transcendental love of the inhabitants. Even though he is not visible at present, he is not away from Vrindavan for a moment. Swashanta rupesu itara swarupe abhyardya manaseva anukampita atmaha paravarareshu mahadamsho yuktaha yajo api jato bhagavan yathangi. I think I have done this verse also. The personality of Godhead, the all-compassionate controller of both the spiritual and material creation, is unborn. But when there is friction between his peaceful devotees and persons who are in the material mode of nature, he takes birth just like the fire, accompanied by his plenary portion, controlling the Mahatma. The devotees of the Lord are by nature peaceful because they have no material. I think I have done this. I've already done this verse yesterday. 16th verse. Mam khedayati etat ajasya janma vidambananam yad vasudeva gehe vraja cha vasu aribhayat iva swayam puradvyasvaste diyad ananta viryaha. When I think of Lord Krishna, this is Pudavji meditating, how he was born in the prison house of Vasudev, although he is unborn. How he went away from his father's protection to Vraja and lived there incognito, out of the fear of the envy. And how, although unlimitedly powerful, he fled from Mathura in fear. All these bewildering incidents give me distress. Because Lord Sri Krishna is the original person from whom everything and everyone has emanated. Aham sarvasya prabhavo, 10.8, Janmadiyasya yataha, 1.1.1. Nothing can be equal to or greater than him. The Lord is supremely perfect, and whenever he enacts his transcendental pastime as a son, a rival, or an object of enmity, he plays the part so perfectly that even pure devotees like Uddhava are bewildered. For example, Uddhava knew perfectly well that Lord Shri Krishna is eternally existence and cannot neither die nor disappear for goods. Yet he lamented for Lord Krishna. Okay. For example, Uddhava knew perfectly well that Lord Shri Krishna is eternally existent and can neither die nor disappear for good. Yet he lamented for Lord Krishna. All these events are perfect arrangements to give perfection to his supreme glories. It is for enjoyment's sake. When a father plays with his little son, and the father lies down on the floor as if defeated by his son, it is just to give his little son pleasure and nothing more. Because the Lord is all powerful, it is possible for him to adjust opposites such as birth and no birth, power and defeat, fear and fearlessness. A pure devotee knows very well how it is possible for the Lord to adjust opposite things. But he laments for the non-devotees who, not knowing the supreme glories of the Lord, think of him as imaginary simply because there are so many apparently contradictory statements in the scriptures. Actually, there is nothing contradictory. Everything is possible when we understand the Lord as the Lord and not as one of us with all our imperfections. Dunoti cheta smarato mamaita yat aha pandava bhivadya pitro tatamb kamsa guru sankirtana no Nishkita. Lord Krishna begged pardon from his parents for their inability to serve. Their parent faints due to being away from home because of great fear of Kamsa. Krishna said, "Oh mother, oh father, please excuse us for this inability, and all this behavior of the Lord gives me pain at heart." It appears that Lord Krishna and Baldeva were both very greatly afraid of Kamsa, and therefore they had to hide themselves. They left Mathura and went to Nand Bhavan. But if it is possible that they were afraid of Kamsa, is there any contradiction in such statement? Vasudev, due to his great appreciation for Krishna, wanted to give him protection. He never thought that Krishna was the Supreme Lord and could protect himself. He thought of Krishna as his own son. Because Vasudev was a great devotee of the Lord, he did not like to think that Krishna might be killed like his other children. Morally, Vasudev was bound to deliver Krishna into the hand of Kamsa because he had promised to turn over all his children. But out of great love for Krishna, he broke his promise. And the Lord was very pleased with Vasudev for his transcendental mentality. He did not want to disturb the intense affection of Vasudev, and thus he agreed to be carried by his father to the house of Nanda and Yashoda. And just Lord Krishna fell down in the waters of Jamuna. ये भी हुआ जब लेके जा रहे थे वासुदेव. Lord Krishna fell down in the waters of Jamuna while his father was crossing the river. Vasudev became mad after his child, and as he tried to recover, him in the midst of the rising river. These are all glorious pastimes of Lord, and there are no contradiction in such manifestations. Since Krishna is the Supreme Lord, he is never afraid of Kamsa. But to please his father, he agreed to be so. And the most brilliant part of his supreme character was that he begged pardon from his parent for being unable to serve their lotus feet while He begged pardon from his parents for being unable to serve their lotus feet while absent from home because of fear of Kamsa. The Lord, whose lotus feet are worshipped by demigods like Brahma and Shiva, wanted to worship the feet of Vasudeva. Such instructions by the Lord to the world is quite appropriate. Even if one is the Supreme Lord, one must serve his parents. A son is indebted to his parents in so many ways. It is the duty of the son to serve his parents, however great the son may be. Indirectly, Krishna wanted to teach the atheists who do not accept the supreme fatherhood of God. And they may learn from the actions how much the Supreme Father has their vote. Uddhav was simply struck with wonder by such glorious behavior of the Lord, and he was very sorry that he was unable to go with them. So Uddhav ji is remembering all the episodes and the humility in particular in these verses that Vasudeva and Sankarshan, they both begged forgiveness. Kova musyanggri saroj renum Vishmartum Mishita Puman Vijigraha Yo Vishpuradhu Vitapena Bhume Haram Pitane Natityaksha Chakra. Who after smelling the dust of the lotus feet even once could forget it? Simply by expanding the leaves of his eyebrows, Krishna has given the death blow to those who are burdening the air. Lord Krishna cannot be accepted and played the role of obedient son. His Anuraj Suye Chedayasya Krishnam Ditopi Siddhi Yanchogna Sam Muspyatish Yam Yogina Samspriha Yanti Samyoga. You have personally seen how the king of Chedi Shishupal achieved success in yoga practice. Although he hated Lord Krishna. This is Uddhavji telling to Vidur. That you personally saw how Shishupal achieved success in yoga practice. Although he hated Lord Krishna. Even the actual yogis aspire after much success with great interest by performance of their various practices. Who can tolerate separation? Yeah. Lord Krishna's causeless mercy. He was merciful even to his enemy, the king of Chedi, who always tried to be envious. He was merciful even to his enemy, the king of Chedi, who always tried to be an envious rival of the Lord. Because it is not possible to be a bona fide rival of the Lord. The king of Chedi. Who is king of Chedi?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी शिशुपाल
Yes, Shishupal. who always tried to be envious rival of the Lord, because it is not possible to be a bona fide rival of the Lord. The king of Chedi was extremely malicious towards Lord Krishna. In this, he was like many other asuras, such as Kamsa and Jarasandha. In the open assembly of the Rajasurya, sacrifice performed by Maharaj Yudhishthir, Shishupal insulted Lord Krishna and he was finally killed by the Lord. But it was seen by everyone in the assembly that the light flashed out of the body of the king of Chedi and merged into the body of Lord Krishna. This means that Chediraj achieved the salvation of attaining oneness with the Supreme, which is the perfection most desired by the Jnanis and Yogis, and for which they execute the different types of transcendental activities. In fact, that person who was trying to understand the supreme truth by the personal endeavor of mental speculation or mystic powers of yoga achieve the same goal as others who were personally killed by the Lord. So those who are trying, the personalist Jnanis also achieve the same thing, and the Asuras. Both achieve the salvation of merging into the Brahma Jyoti rays of the transcendental body. Both achieve the salvation of merging into the Brahma Jyoti rays of the transcendental body of the Lord. The Lord was merciful even to his enemy, and the success of the king of Chedi was observed by everyone who was present in the assembly. Vidura was also present there. Therefore, Yudham reminded him of the incident. So in this way, one after the other, what was the incidents and how the Supreme Lord showed his mercy in each case is being remembered by Udhavji. I will stop here. I'm very tired. Hare Krishna. Anything to discuss or any question? You see all varieties, all so many from so many pastimes and so many incidences. Udhavji is remembering how Krishna bestowed his causeless mercy and how extraordinary he acted. Okay, thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada.